Hello and welcome to our visual newsletter.
Hello.
We started writing our newsletter a while ago, and because the summer's been a bit much, we really didn't feel like finishing it or writing it all down, and so we've decided to take this time and just talk to you. We thought that would be a bit more personable and a bit easier.
And that way you can see us, because I literally have no pictures of the two of us from the last 3-4 months.
Yeah, so we're doing this.
Hello!
We'll share a little bit about how this past almost year has been. We'll share a little bit about how this summer is going and a little bit of where we're going next week, actually. And then we have some more long-term plans we'll share with you guys in the end. So hope you stay along for the whole video. Like and subscribe.
No, don't say that. We watched way too much YouTube.
So the first thing I think that we haven't really talked to you guys a lot about is last November. We took a big old trip down to Arizona. My dad has been fighting with cancer for a couple years now. Well, probably like 5 years now, actually, with different forms. But he's got some pretty bad lung cancer at this point, and last November he was thinking that the responses he got from the doctors was that he was dying. And so everyone in my family rushed down to Arizona. And we had a pretty good family time together. Actually, it was really nice. But yeah, so we spent 2 months there, and then after that we went to Christmas in Stockholm. And then we finally got to come back to Latvia in January.
We came back. It was dark. We were in quarantine. It wasn't... Our first 2 months back here weren't necessarily great. It was dark and sad. But it got better when it got lighter and we were able to spend more time with people and not just cooped up in our apartment. Yeah, what else happened? We spent a couple weeks in Sweden, or it was supposed to be a couple weeks, and then despite trying to be really, really careful, I got COVID, and so our 2-week trip turned into 5 weeks in Sweden. But we got to spend time with my brother and my parents, which was really, really nice. We really enjoyed our time there. Oh my gosh, yeah, so...
What have you been up to in Latvia in our moments we've been here?
I've done so many things, but then trying to put them into words and organize them is so hard. I was supposed to be staffing a DTS right now. At the moment, we should be like halfway through our outreach, actually. But because of COVID and travel restrictions, we weren't able to run a school. And in an incredibly cliche, when a door closes, God opens a window kind of moment, we instead ran 2 online DT or discipleship training courses. They went really, really well. I got to teach on the Father Heart of God, which was a really good experience. From what I heard from the students, they also enjoyed it, so that was good. I made some new friends through the course as well, which I really didn't think I was going to be able to make new friends during this past year. So it has just been, it's been a good time with that. Yeah. I've done a few other courses. Nathan and I are involved in a leadership training school. I did a trust-based relational intervention course, which is about how to interact with children who've undergone trauma, but it's just a course that's great about interacting with any child.
Turns out children who have trauma grow into adults who have trauma, and so it's a rather helpful course to help with any of them.
Yes. How do you raise resilient children?
Yeah.
It was a really, really interesting and really good course, and I got to do it with a bunch of my friends here, which was super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a little bit of what we've been through, what we've done.
I have more.
You have more.
Yeah, all sorts of more stuff. So briefly touching on the future, in the beginning of the year, we decided we would be stepping away from Latvia at the end of this year, and we'll get into that more, but due to that process, I have stepped away from most of my responsibilities at the base here in YWAM. I have stepped down from my leadership position, most of it, due to us leaving, due to my mental health, and also now due to my waning physical health, apparently. I had a bit of a scare where I thought I had a stroke and went into the hospital. Turns out it might just be a nerve thing or a blood vessel thing, and hopefully it's not any sort of clots. But I will only finish getting all of the tests in August, so I still have a while to do that. So I'm truthfully trying to recover and rest a little bit. I'm still meeting one-on-one with some people, but for the most part, I I should be in recovery. Truthfully, like, yeah, I should be doing. I think I forget that I should be recovering, or I forget how bad it is sometimes, and then it's like every once in a while it'll hit me like, oh yeah, I had a stroke scare, and oh yeah, like I have a mental health issues. Like I should not be worrying so much about certain things, and then I have to remind myself to. It's okay to do a little bit right now and not do a lot, and it's going to take longer than I think to recover than I expect.
On to our big news.
What's our big news?
Our big news is we are coming to Alaska in 1 week.
I mean, yeah, that's
That's only our second biggest news. Our biggest news is that
then it's not our big news, Joy.
our biggest news is that we're moving to Sweden in January.
So yeah, for those of you who didn't know, we're going to be taking a trip to Alaska this summer. We didn't really plan to do a lot of traveling this summer, but it turns out like all of the traveling we weren't able to do last year all got shoved into this year. We were able to get vaccinated like last Thursday, and so we are fully vaccinated at this point. I don't think we'll be completely like secure before we get on the plane, so we'll still need to get tested before we fly to the United States. But there will be definitely a peace of mind when flying. It'll make it a lot easier. Yeah, my parents are trying to sell their house in Alaska, and so our plan is to go there and spend a lot of time working with them, or as much time as my dad has energy for. Other than that, I'll have to also spend time in church, seeing people, and as well spend time with friends, seeing people, and so I don't know how much free time at all, if any, I will have while we are in Alaska, but really looking forward to it. Yeah.
It's gonna be great. I'm still looking forward to it.
Normally I take a week off when I fly across the world, but I'm not going to be able to do that this time.
No, we'll have roughly 3 weeks in Alaska, and then we will spend a week and a half for a family reunion in Stockholm.
Yeah, we both get to meet nephews we've never met before.
Yay!
She gets
so
to meet
exciting.
her brother's son, and I get to meet my sister's son, and I'm really happy.
Um,
He's so cute. My nephew's so much cuter than your nephew.
My nephew is so adorable. Have you seen his little cheeks and his big eyes?
Yes, I understand, but those two things my nephew has, but cuter. I dare very easily. But yeah, and then we'll be back in Latvia, and we'll be here for a little bit. We'll have a staff gathering, hopefully, and then we're off again. We will hope. I mean, personally, I'm hoping it gets canceled, but we've been doing this leadership training course online, but it was supposed to be on location in a bunch of different countries. And so like a week or a week and a half after we get back in August, we're supposed to go to Germany if like the restrictions are open enough and we'll be able to meet in person for the first time. But maybe we won't. We'll be able to stay home. We'll see.
It's been a lot of traveling.
And then
will have been a lot of traveling.
Hopefully after August, we can then just take time to pack.
Tie up some loose ends, or a lot of loose ends. I do a lot of administrative work here at the base. There are a lot of those kinds of things that I need to figure out, make sure that they're passed on to other people in good ways. Nathaniel will be staffing the...
Oh yeah, the School of Biblical Christian Worldview,
Yes.
which I've staffed once before.
So we'll be spending 3 months doing that.
Yeah, it's not the biggest,
Most intense.
it's not the most
school.
intense on the staff, which is really good. The last time we ran the Bible school, it was really,
It was
it was a lot
intense.
for me, because you have a lot of homework to grade, but I pretty much just have one paper to grade, and then I get to teach occasionally, which I really enjoy. And so even during that, hopefully we can be packing, maybe even making a few trips to Sweden back and forth.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end of the year, we're leaving YWAM Latvia, leaving YWAM for now, and moving to another country.
Yes, and at least for a year, taking a little bit of a break, I think, from YWAM and missions and trying to do other things. I'm getting a job.
Joy really wants to get a job.
I really, really want to get a job, and I want to get a job like within my field with like development.
Yeah, Joy is trained in computer science. She has a bachelor's, and she hasn't really gotten to use it very much.
No, so that is something that I'm both really looking forward to and I'm really anxious about. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. God has provided so far. He's not going to stop now.
Yeah. I keep thinking about the future, and thinking about money and different things, and like now, you kind of have this mindset change. You're like, I live with a certain amount of faith, expecting money to come sometimes when I don't know that it's coming, and I'm just like, I wonder how it will be changing my expectations. And then I was like, God can still send surprise money. even if my wife has a job, like those things don't change necessarily, you know. I sometimes think, you know, it's the amount of faith where we put it that what happens oftentimes, and sometimes when we don't need faith for money, then you don't see God come through for money. So we'll see what we need faith for in this next season, because I definitely know God's going to be growing us in different faith areas: faith for an apartment, faith for a job,
Good job.
faith for Joy's dad.
Faith for a healthy, good social life in a new country.
Yeah, faith for friends. That's a good one.
If you're watching this and you live in Stockholm, please be friends with us. Hang out with us.
Only if you're cool.
Yes, you need to be cool. But when, like, it's actually been really, really a cool journey, and it's something I've been reflecting on a little bit these past few weeks. When I first realized that I was going to go into missions and that I was gonna become a missionary, I realized that I actually had a lot of fear when it came to finances and being supported. And for the first 9 months that we lived here, we mostly lived off of gifts that we received during our wedding. And then when that started slowly disappearing, I just realized that I was filled with so much anxiety and so much worry. And then almost a month later, we started getting regular support. And I really felt that God was saying, I got you, don't worry. And so I'm so grateful that when we moved to Sweden, I'm not moving because I worry that we're not going to have enough money to stay here.
Yeah.
And so I'm just really grateful that we're going for like the right reasons and not the wrong reasons. That's a huge load off of my mind and my
As far
heart.
as we know.
Yeah, as far as we know, we hope we're making the right decisions.
I mean, you do the best you can and you take a step forward. It's better than being stuck doing nothing.
Yeah. Anyway, we've rambled enough. We
I think so.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
I don't know. I don't think so. If you think of anything,
Hopefully,
text us.
yeah, we love you all. Hopefully you
We do.
also love us if you're getting this video or watching it.
Yeah.
If you don't and you're a stranger and you've never seen my face or her face before,
Then why are you watching this?
I don't know.
Who are you?
Yeah, it's cool. God bless.
Have a great day, great life. Maybe we'll meet and introduce ourselves properly.
Anyway,
Bye.
bye.